Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing beginner tips and tricks part 2 for Slime Rancher 2. If you didn't know, I made a beginner tips and tricks video for Slime Rancher 2 about 2 weeks ago, and I said in that video if I could figure out some more tips and tricks that I would do another video on it. So yeah, here I am making another video. I have about 6 more, or 5 or 6, somewhere around there, tips for Slime Rancher 2 if you are a beginner, or even if you are a veteran. You might not know these, so yeah. With the intro out the way, let's get right into the video. So the first one is pay attention to your communicator. As you can see right here, I have an exclamation point right here, which means that I have some messages from one of the NPCs. Now, why should you pay attention to these? Well, basically, they can give you free stuff like this right here. I just got a green home teleporter. So yeah, you can get free stuff from these NPCs if you talk to them. So definitely do that anytime you see a exclamation point. Just go over here. You don't even have to read them. Honestly, I don't read them just because I don't like reading, and also I'm not too concerned of the story of this game. So you can just click through them, and let's see if we get some from her. Okay, no, we didn't get anything from her that time, but yeah, just pay attention to your communicator because you can get free stuff from the NPCs. Next up is going to be, I think I talked about this in the previous video, but I want to talk about it a little bit more, and that is the pricing system for all the plorts here. So if you didn't know, the prices do fluctuate quite a bit. So if you sell a lot of one plort, the price of that plort the next couple of days is going to go down. As you can see right here, I sold about 200 crystal plorts about yesterday in game. And the price went from 59 to 29 in one day. So, but since the price of this plort has gone down, that's going to make the prices of the other plorts go up. Now, that day that I sold a bunch of crystal plorts, I also sold a bunch of others. But as you can see, we have a lot of green arrows right here, which means the price is going to go up over the next couple of days. So basically what I'm getting at here is you want to be on a good system for selling plorts. So instead of just selling all your slimes plorts in one day, you want to sell, say, like just two kinds of plorts in one day, and then maybe a day or two after that, you want to sell another 2 kinds of plorts. And maybe the day after that, you sell another 2 kinds of plorts, and that's going to make sure that you are as efficient as you can with your plort selling. You know what I mean? You're going to get the most amount of money possible. And next up, I might have mentioned this in the previous video, but always make sure you are farming Largo slimes, which if you don't know what a Largo slime is, it's basically where you have 2 slimes combined, which you do that by feeding a different kind of plort to a certain slime. So like right here, I fed a angular plort to a hunter slime, and now we have angular ringtail Largos. And the reason that you should be farming Largos is because when you feed a Largo slime, you're going to get 2 kinds of plorts. So as you can see, if I feed a baddie in crystal slime Largo, you're going to get a baddie plort and a crystal plort. Now if you feed them their favorite food, you're going to get 2 crystal plorts and 2 baddie plorts. So always make sure you're farming Largos. That is really important. Alright, now next thing is make sure you plan your trips wisely, especially if you are in the very beginning parts of the game, because when you're going out and exploring, there is a lot to find in a Slime Rancher 2 as you're out and exploring. So it might get really overwhelming seeing all the resources that you could bring home when you only have 4 inventory slots. You're not going to have enough room, and you're going to be kind of overwhelmed trying to get all these resources back to your base. So what I recommend doing is just plan out your trips and plan out to go get only the resources that you need. So if you need, say, heartbeats or pogo fruits, or maybe a certain kind of slime like a cotton slime, plan out to just go and get those and come right back to your ranch. That's going to make it a lot easier, and you're going to be a lot more efficient with your exploring if you do that, instead of just going out and trying to get anything you can find. Or if you need maybe Q-berries or some sea hens and some pomegranate and some mangoes, plan out to just go and get those. And if you see any other resources, they will be there when you come back. You can just run back to the conservatory with what you needed and then go back out and explore for those resources that you found before. And yeah, now the next tip is go out and feed wild. And yeah, the next tip is going to be if you are in the very beginning portion of the game, like your first hour, what I'd recommend doing to get some extra new bucks is go out and feed some wild slimes. Now, the only difference between these wild slimes and slimes that's in the corral in your conservatory is that the wild slimes are not contained. That's the only difference. You can still go out, find some food, and chuck the food at them, as you can see. Or wait, or you gotta find a hungry slime, actually. All right, now my next tip is gonna be if you're in the all right, now then. Alright, now the next tip is going to be if you are in the very beginning portion of the game, what I'd recommend doing to get some extra new bucks to upgrade your corrals and ranch is going to be just going out and feeding wild slimes. Now, wild slimes, as you can see, these ones out here, are the same as the one that's in your conservatory, just they're not contained. So you can still go out and find some food, which was carrots there. You can find pogo fruit in these trees right here, and you can still just throw them at slimes, and they're still gonna eat them, just like this. And then you can just suck up the plorts, and yeah, there you go. You got some extra. You got some good early money or early game money there. Now if you can find a slime's favorite food, which like cotton slimes like water lettuce, which I don't know where there is some at in this area. I think there's some over there. But if you can feed a slime's its favorite food, you're going to get twice the amount of plorts. So that's also a good thing to do there. And yeah, that is about all the tips and tricks that I have for you guys today in this video. That is about all I can think of. There was less tips and tricks from the previous video. I think there was only 5 or 6 in this one. But still, I hope these were helpful to you beginners out there, or even if you've been playing the game for a little bit. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hey, drop a like down below. And get subscribed for more Slime Rancher 2 content in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.